Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at the AKK FX2 Ultimate. This is the 1.2 watt video transmitter, or 1200 milliwatts. And yeah, I'm going to be swapping this out for the original, the FX2. This one goes up to 600 milliwatts. This is double. The Ultimate goes to twice the wattage output. And it's just straight swap in the plugs and everything the same. It's got the same MXCX connector, so it should be a pretty quick swap in. Now, I don't really have anywhere I can fly super long range on 1.2 watts. That'll take you a really long distance, probably several miles. And so I think a good way of testing this would be to see what the penetration is like, say around buildings and stuff. If you fly proximity and just want better, cleaner video, I'm going to do a test on 1200 milliwatts around some abandoned buildings, and then I'll try to lower the power to 200 milliwatts because this has smart audio. I'll lower the power to 200 milliwatts and then see what that video looks like. So we'll just sort of like a before and after and see if the 1.2 watts helps for that kind of situation, because obviously the main practical application for something like this is super long range, which is not something that I can actually test. So try a different test here and see what the results are like. Okay, so here I'm just flying around on 200 milliwatts, and I'm going to go behind this metal trailer here and see what the breakup's like. Yeah, this is a pretty typical breakup for 200 milliwatts. Not that far away, but we have a metal object between myself and my receiver, and I'm using my Fat Shark goggles with a diversity receiver, but I'm not using a patch antenna. I'm just using two Foxier lollipop antennas. They're like circular polarized antennas, so no diversity, just the single receiver antenna, and the transmitting antenna on the quad is also a Foxier lollipop antenna. So I went behind the trees, behind this metal trailer, and pretty typical amount of breakup. But obviously, when you have clear line of sight here, you get clean video. And I go behind myself here, and obviously these buildings are blocking the signal, and I'm getting a video breakup from the reflection of the video signal. Okay, so I switched over to 1200 milliwatts here, and I'm going to do the same flight path, go behind the metal trailer and see what the breakup's like. Looks about the same, maybe possibly a little bit better. Hard to tell just from the recording, but yeah, there's a fair amount of breakup here even on 1.2 watts because we have an object blocking the signal. And then again here behind the trees, all of these quite a big bunch of trees here also blocking the video signal. And a lot of times these DVR recordings tend to show more breakup than what you see in the goggles, but I thought that I guess from the goggle perspective and the live view, I thought the breakup on 1.2 watts was just a little bit less than on 200 milliwatts, so it doesn't really come out on the DVR recordings because I guess the breakups are quite a bit more, but I felt like it was a little bit less on the higher power than on 200 milliwatts. So I decided to try another test here. I'm going to go kind of far out straight away here. I'm going to have clear line of sight, so shouldn't be anything blocking my signal, and I'm on 200 milliwatts here. And I just want to kind of going, this is approximately 200 meters away, and I just want to see what the video breakup is like on 200 milliwatts. You can see I'm fairly high above the ground and I have clear line of signal, and then as I kind of move to the spot where the trailer is blocking my signal, and as I also get lower to the ground, I get more video breakup. And I move over here to this side where the trailer is blocking my signal, and I still get obviously the same amount of breakup because of the metal trailer blocking the video signal. But as soon as I come into clear line of sight here, the video signal clears up right away. Okay, so I'm going to do this test one more time, this time on 1.2 watts, and go straight out about 200 meters away, and I'm going to see if there's any much difference between 200 milliwatts and 1.2 watts. And obviously being high above the ground and having clear line of sight, you can get a very clear video signal. There's almost no breakups whatsoever. But then as I get lower to the ground, I get a worse signal, and also when I get behind that trailer there, the video signal also breaks. So again, in the DVR recording, it did seem like, it does seem like it's about the same breakup, but I thought in the goggles it was a little bit less on the higher power. And then of course as I get out of the way of the trailer there blocking my signal, and I'm far above the ground, the signal is nice and clear. I'm not exactly sure if there's a lot of conclusive evidence here if 1.2 watts is a lot better than 200 milliwatts, especially at close distance. Doesn't seem like there's that much of a difference, so unless you have a specific need to go many kilometers away, you know, I think this pretty much tells you that 200 milliwatts is going to be enough for most flying within 200 to 300 meters. And this video transmitter is really meant for the long distance flyers that are probably on planes or going many miles away. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.